All right, today's little warm up I want you guys to look at is it's asking you how many malted eggs are in the cylinder. I love this question, and we're going to start doing more of these in the future. This right here is part of 8th grade. Understanding how much can fit into a cylinder. It's not this unit, it's going to be next unit. But let's just talk about what a cylinder is, right? Does it involve a circle? You guys see that circle, right? So there is a circle involved when you actually do the formula. We're not going to do the formula. We're just going to go basically what this is going to look like, right? There's your cylinder in so many ways, right? So when you see a question like this, and maybe you've seen something like this with jelly beans or something similar, do you just guess? Do you just guess randomly? And somebody goes like, yeah, I just guess. Or do you maybe start looking at it closely? What if you were able to hold this? And I love this picture because it does kind of tell you, and I haven't even looked at the answer yet. So we're going to kind of do this together, but I want you guys to think before you give me an answer. First of all, think of this as a building. All right. Think of this cylinder as a building, right? This is your building. Okay. How many people are on the first floor and the second floor, third floor? Think about that. And what do you mean, Rusik? I would say, how many people or how many beans do you think are on the like one layer? Let's just look at the top layer. How many beans? I mean, eggs. I was thinking jelly beans. So if I was to look at this, I could say probably 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. You could push it to 9 possibly in your mind. We're just kind of guessing. Maybe that's 9 on that top layer. All right. Now that you look at that, I'm going to change my color up a little bit. I want you to pay attention. Is that the top layer we're kind of looking at? Now you have to think of, when I said a building, how many layers or how many floors are there? If there's 9 eggs per floor, how many floors are there? Okay. Now you got to start thinking this way a little bit. And why don't you take about 30 seconds and start thinking about what your answer would be? And now I'm kind of guessing because I haven't seen this answer. I promise you, I haven't seen this answer yet. So I was thinking about 9 eggs per layer, right? And then how many layers? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe 15. So I would go 15 layers. Now, what kind of math would I do? Would I add 9 15 times? Or could I just multiply? Maybe go 5, and then 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is going to be 13. So that would be kind of around my guess. I don't know the answer yet. So if you think you're already cheering because you think that's the answer, I don't know what the answer is. Let's go check it out. They look a little bigger than I thought, so maybe I guessed too much, I think, but we'll see. All right, so I guessed way too much because my estimation was probably off. Now that I pause this, I could probably assume maybe there wasn't that many layers. Maybe there was only 10 layers, so I could have gone 9 times 10. But go ahead and give me your guess, and that's your warm up for today. Now, get yourself that piece of paper. Miss Alonso should have passed it out, and we're going to go over some problems you're going to see today, okay? So you're going to have a quiz. Can I show you what it looks like a little bit? Let me show it to you. It's not too tough. It has 16 problems. 16. You may think that's a lot, but these go pretty quick, especially since you get to use your calculator. And I want to make sure you use your computer calculator very well. All right, so here we go. We're going to handle these kinds of problems. We can do these. Some of these are multiple choice, which is fine. No big deal. Although some of them aren't. So look at number 4. Round to the 10th, only type the answer. Only type the answer. So if you're going to type an answer in, I don't want to see any of x equals. I don't want to see any of that. It'll mark it wrong. You type in, if it's 8.3, you type in 8.3, and that's it. Okay, guys? Don't be typing in x. That's going to mark it wrong. Okay? So let's go back and let's do some practice here. And first problem I give you, get your calculator out as well. I'm going to go ahead and put 3.6 squared equals x squared, or plus x squared, excuse me, equals 7.4 squared. That paper you have in front of you, you're going to use that to show all the work you can. All right? Don't be lazy. Make sure you give me all the work you can on there. And go ahead and try to solve this. Give you a little bit of time. Making sure you use your calculator properly too. I'm going to bring that in real quick. So my first step would be to square these numbers. So I'm going to type in the calculator 3.6 squared. I know you can't see it. It kind of gets messed up when I bring it over onto the screen, just like this right here. Hold on. So it's going to be 12.96 plus x squared equals, and then 7.4. I get 54.76. Okay. Then what do? You have to go ahead and move your constant to the right. And when I do that subtraction, go ahead and bring that subtraction in. And what is it going to be? Can I make this smaller so I can see it? So it's 54.76 minus 12.96. I get 41.8. I think we did this one yesterday. Now I can hit square root, and I can even hit just the answer button. I don't have to type this out again. I can just hit answer. Square root of 41.8 equals 6.46, which actually turns into 6.5. We're rounding everything to the 10th today. Everything to the 10th. Okay? Hopefully you got that right. Write that down. Next problem. Now you may have seen some of these problems too, so don't be shocked if some of these problems you see today you actually saw yesterday. Kind of did the quiz a little bit like that. Not all of them, but quite a few of them. Okay? So let me go ahead and... Here they are. Sorry. I was finding a couple more. All right, so this one's pretty simple. If I did 9 squared plus 14 squared equals x squared. Go ahead and solve that for me. Now, if you're using your calculator properly, you could do a lot of this on the calculator. I'm going to do this right now. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to get fancy. 9 squared. Excuse me. 9 squared plus 14 squared. Okay? And that equals 277, right? Then you can just go square root of the answer. Square root of my answer, 16.6. And that's your answer, 16.6. All right, guys. Today, you're going to do the best you can. If you have any troubles, that's okay. We can always make up or retake the quiz if you need to. And there may be some extra credit once you're done, okay? Lastly, let's make sure you understand who the real team is today. All right, I know they're not in the Super Bowl, but they will be next year. All right, guys, I'll see you guys